Hello lovelies, it's Dreadfully Divine and I'm here doing my first brush review here on YouTube. And I'm actually doing the brush review on a company that is just new, or I shouldn't say just new, is just recently shipping to the United States. The company is called Zoeva, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so if I'm butchering it, please let me know so I can pronounce it correctly. But Zoeva is a German company, and they specialize in brushes and pigments and makeup, and I had heard lots of wonderful reviews here on YouTube about this company. When I went to the website, I was really kind of disappointed over the fact that they weren't shipping to the United States. And when I found out that they were actually going to ship to the United States, I jumped at the opportunity to order a set. But I don't know about you, I'm very hesitant when buying something from a new company that I'm not able to touch and feel and look at and actually hold the product and actually put my hands on the brush. And so I was really hesitant to drop a whole lot of money on a set before I actually got to try it out. My makeup budget, like most of you, is really limited. It's very tight. So I went ahead and, after debating and looking at all of their gorgeous brush sets, I finally decided on getting the Eye Definition pencil set, which is what you see right here. It's made up of 6 brushes, and it comes with a shader, a precise shader, a smudge, a crease brush, which is the main brush that I cannot live without. I use crease brushes for everything, blend it out. Then you also have a pencil brush, which is really great for fine applications of shadows and pigments. And then you've got your all-purpose liner brush, which is great for lining and cream shadows and stuff like that. The really awesome thing about this set is that all of these brushes are vegan. So great karma points for Zoeva. There's no fur, no hair, anything along those lines. These brushes are completely synthetic and made from synthetic Kaklon bristles. I'm not sure what Kaklon is. I believe it's some kind of Japanese fiber or Asian fiber, but these brushes are super soft, and very firm at the same time. I know that I've got a couple of brushes that are really soft, but they don't hold any kind of firmness, and so when you're trying to push any kind of shadow or pigment around to blend, you really have to work at it because the brush sort of bends and it doesn't really hold its shape and helps blend a whole lot. These handles are actually bamboo, and this company doesn't do any animal testing, which is excellent. So you don't have to feel guilty about wanting to get some really nice brushes, but you don't want to hurt any animals. When I first got these brushes, I ordered them on the actual day that they said that they were going to ship to the United States. They come out of Germany. So it is going to take a little bit of time to get to the United States. It's not going to be like 7 days or 10 days. You're not going to have that kind of turnaround. However, when they did get here, they came in basically in this nice silver bag, which says Zoeva. You see the company logo. And inside the bag, you have another case, which is a pink metallic pleather-like case. Pleather, not leather. And each of the brushes was inside, and they were wrapped individually. And the actual really neat thing of it is that with each layer that you actually opened up, you have a card that says inspected by, and it has a person's name. So that makes it seem very personable, and somebody actually took the time to look at these brushes instead of sort of throwing them in a bag and sending them out. But this Eye Definition set is 16 euros, which basically breaks down to about $20.68. Can't really beat that price for 6 brushes, since it's about $3.45 a brush. But since it is coming from Europe, you've got to worry about the shipping cost, and the shipping cost was about, I think, 15 euros. It was almost as much as the actual brush set, but I didn't want to go ahead and spend more than that. So let's go ahead and break it down by sizes. Actually, we're going to go ahead and move this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to show you comparisons to some of the brushes that I have to the Zoeva brush. Now, this is the shader brush right here, and you can actually see It's very soft but firm. I don't know if you can actually see how soft it is, but I'm also going to compare it to my MAC 224 SE, which is my MAC travel brush that I got for Christmas one year, and I actually got a travel set of MAC brushes. And if you can actually take a look, you can see the size difference between the Zoeva and the MAC. The Zoeva is, I guess you could say, a head taller than the MAC brush. And I was actually really surprised when I opened up the case and compared it to my other travel brushes, because I was wondering if they had accidentally sent me the full-size ones instead, so I actually had to go take a look at the invoice. My MAC brush, which I use all the time for blending and shading, is a bit rougher, not to say. It's not as soft as a Zoeva brush, and it's a tad bit firmer, but both seem, well, the MAC of course is really good quality, and so is the Zoeva. The handle and the brush is actually relatively light, even though it's a little bit bigger. So now we're going to go ahead and I'll show you the difference between a crown brush, which is my crown brush shader from, I think, my Pro set that I ordered about a year or so ago, and then the shader for Zoeva. Forgive my dirty brushes, it's brush cleaning day, but I wanted you to actually see that these brushes had been used instead of just brand new out of the bag and stuff like that. I had actually taken the time to test them out. But if you can see, this is a Zoeva travel brush in comparison to the crown. It's only a brush head shorter than the full-size crown shader brush. This is not a travel brush, but this is. So I'm really wanting to see a full-size shader brush for Zoeva. You can take a look. Here is the actual pencil brush in comparison to the pencil brush that I have here. This is from a Hello Kitty MAC brush set that I purchased off of eBay or something along those lines. It's obviously a knockoff, because if you find anything MAC on eBay, 95% of the time it's bogus, especially if you find it for a really good price. But it had Hello Kitty and I really just couldn't pass it up. But if you can tell, the actual pencil brush versus the travel pencil brush for the Hello Kitty thing and the Zoeva travel pencil brush, there's a huge drastic difference between the two of them. For this Hello Kitty set that you can get on eBay for probably about the same price that you can get the entire eye definition set from Zoeva, while the bristles are firm and they don't give a whole lot, it's not very soft. And here with the Zoeva, you can actually see how firm the bristles are, and it's relatively soft to the touch. It's much softer than the MAC one, or the MAC imitation one, I should say. Now the most important part, we're going to break it down by rating. For quality of these brushes, I've used them for about a month and I'm super impressed by them. The quality of these brushes, I'm going to go ahead and give them a 9.5 out of 10 bats. And you probably are wondering why 9.5? It is almost nearly impossible for me to give anybody a 10 out of 10 because I've worked in retail and I've become very jaded, and I really constantly see 10 out of 10. So if I see someone always give 10 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s, it sort of diminishes the excellence. And I'm very particular about my ratings. So these brushes, the quality, 9.5 out of 10 bats. The brushes are soft yet firm, and they do an excellent job with what they're supposed to do. The shader was going to pack your pigments on. The smudger, the pencil, and of course my favorite, the crease brush, is going to blend things out beautifully. You're not going to have to work at it, and the extra bonus is there's no shedding. I hate doing my makeup and then having tons of fibers or hairs, whatever your brushes are made of, is having any kind of fallout on my face, because it just sort of looks like a cat exploded on your face if you've got a brush that sheds a lot. For price, you really can't beat the price. It is a 9.8 out of 10. Like I said, this set is $20.68. It's almost as the length and the size of these brushes are almost identical to a full-size crown brush set, and they're bigger than the MAC travel set. They're very convenient, but $20.68 for 6 brushes, and you know, $3.45, less than $4 a brush for high quality brushes, and that's what I think that these are, is a steal. Honestly, I am really excited over these, and I will definitely purchase another set from Zoeva. Shipping, in all fairness, I'm going to have to give them a 9 out of 10. The reason why I'm giving them a 9 out of 10, even though the shipping cost was almost as much as the brush set, is that these are coming from Europe. Germany in particular, so they take about 2 to 3 weeks. It's not going to be the fast turnaround like a lot of people expect. You know, you have to worry about customs and all that kind, but these got to me probably between 2 and 3 weeks. So that's really good for international shipping. And it wasn't lost, you have tracking for it. And if you've ever tried to send anything to Europe or anything international, it is super expensive. I do giveaways and contests that are open internationally, and when I go to the post office, a small package costs almost $10. So I think it's extremely fair. The packaging is awesome. I didn't have to worry about a broken brush handle or anything along those lines. It was packaged perfectly. Performance, 9.5 out of 10 bats. These brushes do what they're supposed to do. They have a great price, just like the cheaper ones. However, you're not going to have fallout. You're not going to have to work 15 minutes and go, oh my gosh, I'm not getting anywhere with these brushes. They do what they need to do, and they're really, really good at it. Finally, overall, a good 9.5 out of 10. This is an excellent product, an excellent price, with superior performance and really reasonable shipping. So I would definitely recommend you picking up a set of brushes from Zoeva. These are gorgeous. They look very professional. There's no tarnishing or shading or anything along those lines. Fantastic. So I'm going to have all of the information down below in the information box underneath this, and where you can get them, the exact set that I was reviewing, so you can have all of that information at your hot little fingertips. I think when I checked tonight, the eye definition set is currently sold out, but by the time that I upload it, they may have more. So check out Zoeva. Buy these brushes. They're awesome, and I was not paid to do this. This is my honest opinion. They're rocking, and yeah, I'm looking forward to saving up and getting a set of eye brushes as well as their complete set, which looks amazing. So stay tuned for more reviews. I'll see you lovelies next time. Until later.